Hey guys, so I did a Midnight Sun read along on my Instagram stories with weirdest filters there were, and I got quite a lot of reactions, good, bad, ugly, everything. And I realized that love it or hate it, you cannot ignore Twilight. This is one book that has been with me throughout my teenage years. I have always been Team Edward, and looking at this entire story through Edward's perspective was kind of a fresh change. So I'm not entirely sorry that Stephanie Meyer wrote it, but it does have its ups and downs. This is not so much of a review as such because people already know the plot, but there are things that set it apart from Twilight, and this video is more of things that you should know about Midnight Sun before you jump into it. And I know there's been a lot of apprehension around, but still it's worth it. Now I know Twilight gets a lot of hate from people, but here are 5 things about Midnight Sun that I really noticed that set it apart from Twilight, and things that you should know before you dive into it. 1. Edward is constantly at war with himself. Now, you know when Bella first time enters the classroom and Edward makes like this face and covers his nose like as if his train is stuck between Mahim and Bedra? Well, that is justified in Midnight Sun. He spent 15 long pages just imagining how to kill Bella and the rest of the people in the class, which were about around 2 dozen people, and he spent some 15 to 20 pages only planning to kill them. So he's always at war with himself whether or not to kill Bella. The fact that he cannot read her thoughts piques his curiosity, which is what leads both of them to sort of get attracted to each other and get obsessed and codependent later. There's also the whole thing where Edward has a ridiculously low self-esteem for a vampire. That is kind of embarrassing. I mean, Bella practically called you a forgotten pagan god. He's constantly making comparisons between Bella and himself. He calls himself Hades, who brings the night into her life, and her as Persephone, Bella as Persephone, which also explains the cover, which is a pomegranate, and the legend goes that Persephone ate the pomegranate, and one by one she started descending into the world of Hades. There's a lot of literary influences in here, which is kind of understandable because Edward is a 100-plus-year-old vampire. In the book, there's a line that says, "Suddenly, as she ate, a strange comparison entered my head. For a second, I saw Persephone, pomegranate in hand, dooming herself to the underworld." That explains the cover itself because, it's a pomegranate, and people were wondering what's up with the apple in Twilight and pomegranate here. But he compares himself to Hades and Bella to Persephone, who's discovering the world of his darkness step by step and one by one as she eats the pomegranate, which is metaphorical of their relationship. You get the drift. Now, my hate for Bella has been quite evident. If you don't know about it, please refer to my Instagram stories where I was reading along on how stupid Bella is. My problem is always going to be with Bella because she's the most personality-less person that I have ever read. That being said, here in Midnight Sun, Bella has a personality. Bella has a personality which is very, very difficult for me to accept because I am an out-and-out Bella Swan hater. Bella likes to read Jane Austen. She likes to read Bronte sisters, classics like To Kill a Mockingbird. She also has Robin McKinley on her list of favorite authors, who, as a matter of fact, is on my TBR. There's Anne McCaffrey's Dragon books, again on my TBR. There's Tooth and Claw, again on my TBR. Oh wait, and she also likes Douglas Adams, but not once. I mean, if she was that nerdy between Twilight to Breaking Dawn, at least once she could have mentioned The Towel, 42, or Simulation, something like that. But no, Stephanie Meyer wants to cover up that Bella Swan is a boring. Do I know that Edward really likes Bella Swan because now she has a personality through Midnight Sun? Yes. Will I ever be able to accept it? No. Third thing to know about this is that Edward and Bella's relationship is highly hinged sort of on Alice's visions. By that I mean that Alice's visions change every single time someone changes their decisions or their mind wavers into some other direction. That happens. But that being said, Edward sort of always had an idea that Bella would be a vampire, but not here because this is, of course, the Twilight version of it. About Alice's visions, the very first time that he sees her, and after a while, there's this thing that Edward says, like it's in the book, that Alice says that she's my friend, and Alice can probably, through her visions, love a person before she's met them. So it was clear as glass in her head. Alice smiling with her icy white arm around the girl's warm, fragile shoulders, and Bella was smiling too, her arm around Alice's waist. The fourth thing about Midnight Sun, something that I really appreciate, is that the characters are really fleshed out well. We get to know Alice, Jasper, Emmett, Rosalie, and Esme and Carlisle, who I have absolutely loved even in Twilight. So finally, it's good to know what goes on in their heads. Every single character through Edward's eyes is so well like thought out, and there's a lot of depth in each and everyone's personality in there. I know I'm saying personality a lot, but through Edward's eyes, perhaps because he's a vampire and he's more observant, you can see how each and every character influences his own being and his decisions. So this is a good thing that you get a good view into everyone else's heads. Again, Edward sort of also uses that, getting into other people's heads and reading their minds, to know Bella better. It's cute when I was in my teenage years, but I don't know if I want anyone to get into my head now. Edward is over 100 years old, so he's got to be a gentleman. Love. But he's a vampire, so he has this entire habit of stalking. Creepy. So Edward is a gentleman who is a romantic but kinda creepy. This is something that Edward himself admits in the book, where he says, all afternoon I was gritting my teeth against the urge that had yearning me to ditch in order to find a girl again, like a stalker, like an obsessed stalker, like an obsessed vampire stalker. You can guess why the series has been so problematic. He's gentlemanly, he's romantic, he's creepy, we've established that, but he's also chivalrous. He does not slander in front of the lady or behind her back. I like that. Yeah, I wish guys were like that, more like that. He falls in love with Bella while she mumbles his name in sleep. I mean, imagine a vampire coming into your door, you're sleeping, and you say his name, and you have night terrors, and suddenly you go, Edward, and bam! Edward is in love. Oh my god, only if falling in love was that easy. Hello, thoda realistic rakho na. In the book, it reads, Edward, she mumbles softly. She was dreaming of me. Could a dead, frozen heart beat again? It felt as though mine was about to. I struggled to find words to name the feelings that flooded through me, but I had no words strong enough to hold them. For a long moment, I drowned in them. When I surfaced, I was not the same man I had been. All in all, I find Midnight Sun a tad overwritten. Actually, really overwritten, because since we already knew the story, there were some parts in the book that really needed to be chopped down. What happened is Stephanie wrote Twilight and then overwrote Midnight Sun over it, and then overwrote some other information that we probably didn't need also. So the editing was kind of flawed. I enjoyed reading this, and it was a fun experience, as fun as it could be, and my inner teenage self is really happy right now. If you've read this book by now, reach out to me in my DMs. I would love to discuss this. Until then, I'll see you next time.